Hello, Ted Karsh with ApartmentBuildingInvestor.com. You know, 90% of apartment building investment success depends upon finding a profitable apartment building. This may sound obvious, however, it's still the most common mistake that I see beginning apartment building investors make. It's truly the most difficult and time-consuming part of investing in apartment buildings, because afterwards the rest is simply just managing your property. In my apartment building course, I teach you in detail exactly how to locate, analyze, and purchase profitable apartment buildings anywhere in the United States. I go into detail exactly how to analyze the cash flow of a property, how to figure out the debt service coverage ratio, and how to find the best properties. I also show you, and this is important, what to avoid. What are the warning signs to look out for when you're buying an investment property, an apartment building? So let's look at the 5 most common warning signs of an apartment building investment. The first is, does the property have rent controls? Rent controls are going to limit the amount of money that you can charge your tenants. It's a cap on how much you're allowed to charge. You have to be able to charge a fair market rent in order to succeed in this business. Second, structural flaws. Now, there's a big difference between a structural flaw and a cosmetic flaw. A cosmetic flaw is something that we actually look for when we're renovating an apartment building. However, a structural flaw, that makes all the difference, that could make all the difference between a property that makes you money or a property that's a headache and loses you money over the years. So, the next thing we look at are environmental issues. Does the property have mold, toxic mold? Are there buried oil tanks underneath the ground? All of these types of things can require a lot of capital to clean up. And the fourth is vacant units. This may sound obvious, but if you're in a neighborhood where vacancies are above 15%, you're going to have a lot of trouble bringing that apartment building back around. You're going to have a lot of competition with that many available units. And the fifth and final thing is, what is the neighborhood like? Is it a bad neighborhood? Or ask yourself if you would feel comfortable living in this neighborhood, in this apartment building with your own family. Would you feel safe walking down the streets at night? Is there a large police presence in the area? These are the kind of things you have to ask about the actual neighborhood location. So this is a brief overview. It's not exhaustive. I go into a lot more detail in the full course, which you can order below by clicking on the link or going to ApartmentBuildingInvestor.com. I encourage you to sign up today. Before you do anything, get an education, learn how to identify a property, learn about the warning signs, so you learn from other people's mistakes rather than your own. So like I said, sign up today, click on the link below, get started right now, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks, bye.